This is what could happen if we wiped out mosquitoes completely. It might be unexpected that such a tiny insect could be deadly, but it's the truth. Mosquitoes spread diseases like malaria, yellow fever, and dengue virus. They do this by biting an infected person, then biting you and injecting their saliva into your body. That saliva then enters your bloodstream, infecting you with the virus or bacteria the mosquito carried. And mosquitoes don't just harm humans. Animals and livestock around the world suffer greatly from them. A single bite can be deadly. So how do we get rid of mosquitoes? First, we need to know exactly how many mosquitoes exist in the world. There are about 110 trillion mosquitoes worldwide. This number is an estimate, since it's extremely difficult to count them accurately. Their numbers vary depending on the season, location, and environment. In places like swamps and tropical forests, their population is much higher. There are several ways to eliminate mosquitoes. Bats eat mosquitoes without being harmed. They can eat up to 600 mosquitoes per hour. So, if we had enough bats, theoretically they could wipe mosquitoes off the face of the earth. But then, how would we deal with billions of bats flying around the sky? Well, maybe that's not such a great idea. Another thing we need to understand is how mosquitoes reproduce. You might think they suck our blood because it tastes good, or because they're hungry. But in reality, instead of feeding themselves, they do it for their larvae. So, if we somehow got rid of our blood, wait, I know where that would lead. Yeah, that plan won't work either. Instead of these options, we might need to release genetically modified male mosquitoes, the ones that don't bite and only produce sterile offspring. This plan could take several decades, but with enough genetically modified mosquitoes producing sterile offspring, mosquitoes would eventually die out. Okay, now there are no mosquitoes. What happens next? Millions of people would no longer get sick or die every year. That's right, eliminating mosquitoes wouldn't lead to many negative consequences. But what about the circle of life and all that? Don't mosquitoes contribute to the food chain? Of course, some birds, bats, and frogs eat lots of mosquitoes. But they're still a relatively unimportant part of other creatures' diets, and these animals would survive without mosquitoes. And even though mosquitoes help pollinate plants, it's not significant enough to justify their existence. But despite all this, is it really right to eliminate mosquitoes completely? In the end, we'd be wiping out an entire species. We shouldn't forget that there are thousands of mosquito species, but only 6 of them bite and spread diseases. Not only that, but some theories suggest that mosquitoes may actually help protect the Amazon rainforest. Because they're so deadly and annoying to the people trying to destroy the forests, they sometimes stop them from doing so. In the end, there would be fewer diseases, fewer deaths, and very few negative consequences.